Hey everyone, how are you? This is Rashida Malari Sule. I'm so excited that you guys are able to get on today. I just felt like I needed to jump on here and talk to my ladies because I feel like many are they've asked and said that they haven't heard from me in a while, and I just felt like I need to talk about this. All right, let me say something, ladies. A lot of what's going on in our relationships or a lot of what's happening in your marriage, okay, you need to understand that you are, or it's not your fault. You can't just take the blame of, or just take the whole responsibility of why your marriage is a bit funny. You can't just take that whole responsibility on yourself because it takes two. Now, a lot of you all seem to think that I'm always on the man's side. That's not true. But before I go on and on and on, let me introduce myself again. Hi, I'm Rashida Malade Sule with Married Let's Talk. So today we're going to talk a little bit about marriage and why you may think and what you may not know that is causing your marriage to be the way it is. Now, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, we create everything that's happening in our life. Hear me, just hear me for a minute. Whatever is going on, whatever you are experiencing in your life right now, how would you feel if you were told that many of us are the one who create that, even in your marriage? Though you think something, you didn't say it. You haven't said it out yet, but you thought it. Oh, is he cheating? Oh, he coming back home. He's not doing this, that, and the third. Could he be cheating? You already planting that seed. You are already planting that seed. Again, the reason why I'm saying it's not our fault is because when you don't know better, when we don't know better, we tend to do what we see either our parents doing or maybe friends. And some of us think that it's okay how their relationship is. And I need to let you know that everyone's relationship is different. Your spouse is different from mine. Your spouse is different from mine. You see how our handprint is different? That's how different many of us are. The only thing that I can say has been right on when it comes to a man is that every last one of them, even to the son that you give birth to, every last one of them want to be respected. Every last one of them want to be respected. And majority of them, 95%, wants that other stuff, sex, all the time. Okay, two things that I know that men in marriage want. Now, when I was saying earlier that many of us, all of us, we create what we are experiencing right now in marriage. If you're going through a good marriage, that's what you created. If you're going through a so marriage, that's what you created. I'm hearing it. Oh, why is it always our fault? Why is it always our fault? Nobody said anything. It's your fault. I'm just literally trying to um, bring to the forefront what many have known for years, but have not shared. So I'm sharing it with you. You hear the word, the sentence that they say, what you think about, you bring about. What you think about, you bring about. So what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? Women, when you lay in bed, are you thinking, oh my God, is he, the moment you begin to think that, it's a seed that you've already planted. You've planted that seed. You're trying your best. You're trying your best. You're trying what you know how to do, you know. And the thing that bothers me so much is many women will not reach out to anyone to even ask questions about what could be happening in their marriage. Oh, he's acting like this. What do you think then? I don't want to think the wrong thing. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to ask him, is he cheating? So I don't trigger something that I really don't want. So how do you get the answer? How do you get the answer? And I get it that in our African, I guess, I don't know if I can call it a culture. Many women are they're just used to just taking it. Some don't even care whether their husband is doing the most. That's not good. That's not good. Let me tell you something. The creator who created you to come and live a beautiful life, created you to live a joyous life, a peaceful life, a life that is full of abundance and flow, a life that only you can create and imagine for yourself. And if you're going through some things in your marriage, at least take one or two things from what I'm about to say. If your marriage is not going right the way you want it, sit down and begin to create the marriage that you do want. Sit down, get a pen, get pencil, and write down how you want your marriage to be. Because that's probably something that you never took time to do. That's something you never took time to do. Okay? Write it down. What do you want your marriage to be? You want it to be successful. You want it to be beautiful, full of love. But you see that thing that you're writing? Make sure that you're also given that love that you want. Because remember, what you give is what you'll get back. And I'm saying this because not a lot of women, but some seem to think that I'm always siding the men. It's not that I'm always siding the men. To tell you the truth, I don't think about the men. I don't. I don't think about the men. You know why I don't think about the men? Because the power that we carry is able to take care of all of that. I ain't got nothing to say to them. Because we are more powerful. We're powerful in a way that they've given us the power by putting a ring on it, and we're in the home. Our power is to create that which we want to see in our marriage. And once you do that, you begin to see changes that you begin to see those changes. But you have to write it down. You got to be grateful for what you are, for what you have right now. I'm going to say this in Yoruba, and then I'm going to interpret it in English. It says, "Ẹni tó bá mọnúrò, amọ̀pẹ́ dá. Ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ àná, á tún rí mi gbà." I don't know. I know it sounds a bit funny. It may not even be. I know it's correct, but it may not sound bit, And what does that mean in English? Is that if you know how to give thanks and praises for what God is doing in your marriage, then you'll be able to see greater, better things happening in your marriage. You begin to see great and amazing things happening in your marriage. It's like, let's say you have a child, and that child, you got the child such a little thing, let's say an AirPod, and that child is so grateful. And the child's always like, "Mom, thank you so much. Oh my God." And that child is just, and you're like, I didn't even know the child. The child is just so thankful and grateful. You're going to want to buy more things for that child because that child is a grateful child. But let's say, for instance, it was a child who you bought this for, and the child was like, "Oh, Ma, like they don't even use this anymore. Like it's all outdated and you just getting it." They're not grateful. They don't know what it took you to even get this. You think you're going to go back out there and get something for that child? Maybe not. But for a child who is grateful, even for the little, will get much, much more. It's a law. It's a law. Reading the Bible is fantastic if you act on the knowledge that you've gained. If you act on the knowledge that you've gained in that Bible, then and only then will you see changes. But if you're just reading it like it's a doggone book, but you're not doing what it says, and you expect your marriage to be good, who's the orchestrator of marriage? Many of us are not even living the kingdom principles, the laws, the natural laws in our marriages. But we want it to be great. Why? Because we look good? Looking good don't keep no doggone marriage. Looking good don't keep no man. I know some men who you look at their wife, you be like, "Lord, have mercy. He must have ran away from something or run to that because, wow." And you know what? He loves her completely. Why? Because she gives him peace. She gives him respect. I'm not saying many of you are not giving your husband peace. What I am saying is, let's be careful what we think, because what we think about, you bring about. And it says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So you ain't got to say it out before you start planting seeds. The moment you even think it, you've planted the seed. So what you need to do is reject that which you don't want. If it even come to your mind, just reject it. Reject it. Be like, oh, that came to my mind. That is not my portion. I reject that. I reject that. I don't want that. Don't plant that. Don't plant that seed. Don't plant that seed. Women, what I'm trying to tell you is, when I say who much is given, much is expected, let me tell y'all a story. It was so, well, to me, it was funny because I expected some ladies that were there to actually come and ask me, like, Rashida, you said this, that, and a third. What do you mean by that? Let me tell you what happened. So we went to a gathering, and everyone was already seated before I got there. So the MC had already been asking them questions and everything, and I don't know what answer they were given. So when I came in now, the MC now says, oh, our relationship coach, our marriage coach, like, he got a question for me. So he said, I got a question for you on marriage. And I was like, oh man, this dude trying to put me on the spot. Must have been about 200 people there, right? And he asked me a question. He said, whose fault is it when you're dating, everything is real good, smooth, and then by the time you get married, things change, right? And when I asked for wisdom, this is what I could come up with. Just like what I'm telling you now. Who much is given, much is expected. I can only say we have a lot of work to do. I told him this. I say point blank, the reason why many of you may not like this, but hear me out. Hear me out completely before you even make a decision. I grew up with strong women in my life. And I decided to learn from them. I wanted to know why women went through so much. And these women never left their children. They never left the children, right? But I grew up with 3 strong women. Very strong. The first one is my mom. The second one is my grandmother, my mother's mother. The third one is my mother-in-law. Many of you know her, Alaja. She's helped so many marriages before she passed on last year. Actually, she passed on this year. Okay. So this is, I know you guys are waiting. What did I say, right? So this is what I said. I said, the reason why I, Rashida, say is the woman, is the lady. Now, this is not for everybody, depending on what your relationship, what you're going through your relationship. All of you know, I don't play, and I really do not care for a man who puts his hands on a woman. That one right there, there's no, nah. Everything else can be worked around. But the beating of a woman, that's a curse. So I said, the women. And why did I say that? I look at a lot of men statistically, and we've done a lot of surveys with men, and I would, and I see that many of them are not creative. Men cannot not all of them. Majority of men cannot multitask. Majority of men, when they are laser focused on one thing, they cannot move back and forth. They cannot. But God has created us as women to be able to do all of that. Our hand is in everything. We could be cooking, talking on the phone, taking care of the children, doing everything, doing homework, reading, everything. How we do it, we don't know, but we get it done. I would ask a lot of ladies, how do we, I don't know, Rashida, I just do what I gotta do. And that's just the same way I am. I don't know. I just do what I have to do. Okay. So this example came to me. When Adam was created, God looked at him and said, you know what? This dude is going to need a helper. He going to need somebody who's going to help him out, because the way he doing, he going to need somebody to help him out. And the second version of a thing is always better than the first version of a thing. Or has more apps. Or maybe something that was missing in the first one, we just sort of kind of added to the second one. The second edition. Yeah? Second edition of a thing is usually always better than first. More is added to it. So I looked at it this way. God said we should be helpmates, right? So if you've been called, destined to be a partner, but then to also be his helpmate, I just saw that relationship like a doctor and a nurse. Who does all the work? A doctor or a nurse? Who get all the accolades at the end of the day? If you're a lawyer, who does all the work? Majority of the work is a paralegal or a legal secretary. Who gets all the accolades? I'm saying this to say, as a wife, if you don't know what is going to juice up that marriage, Google it. When it becomes stale, boring, you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, you're expecting that, we in this forever. Girl, you have to spice it up. You got to spice it up. If you have a son, how are you training him? These boys that want to sit up in their room all day, play games all day. Are you teaching them how to cook? Are you teaching them how to cut grass? Are you teaching them how to sit down and have a conversation? Why? Because we give birth to these sons who eventually become husbands who are either useful or useless to their spouse. We give birth to them. So we train the women, we train our girls to know how to cook, to know how to clean, to know how to do this, that, and the third. But you don't train your sons to do so. And then somebody marry them. And the man don't want to do nothing. Got the woman doing everything. So when I say we're the ones that need to do better, it starts from our sons as a mother. And then the wife. I hope you understand me. Because you know what? When they say that we are creators and we could create, how do you create a fantastic marriage? Do you know how? What is the vision of that marriage? What's your vision? Before you got married, did you ask about the vision? Or you were just excited somebody asked you to marry them? So he put a ring on it. Now you're married. Now you see that you're doing all the work, or you got 2, 3 jobs and he ain't doing nothing. Did you guys have a vision? We want the man to come up with the exciting whatever. They are not exciting. Where the excitement at? Some of them love traveling. Some of them love traveling. And that's not, man, they love traveling. They will plan that. It's up to you now to plan everything else. And if it's you that will plan the traveling and say, honey, you know what? We need to, every year, we need to travel at least twice a year or 3 times a year, because he's not the type that's going to do it. Don't go pamp on him. You plan it. You take y'all out. I remember when my husband and I think first year, second year marriage, he loves the movies. He loved to go to the movies. Love it. And thank God at the time, my mother-in-law was living with us. I'm not going to knock him and say, don't do what you like to do. We're in a relationship together, but he's not in bondage. I'm not in bondage. We still do what we love to do. Sometimes together, sometimes we do our thing. I like to read. I like to write. He likes to watch TV. I let him have it. I don't insult him and say your mates are out there. They are working hard. They are this, that, and the third. I don't do that. I don't do that. Because once he's taking care, his what he needs to take care of, I'm good. Anything extra, Rashida, you can make it happen. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Ain't nothing wrong with my hands. Ain't nothing wrong with my legs. We pray. How many of you would say when you pray, your husband's sitting right there, standing right there beside you, praying? Majority won't. So let's talk about the majority. They won't. So you pray. You're praying for him. You're praying for you. You're praying for the future. You're praying for the children. You're taking care of the home. You're doing all of that. This is what many do. And for some of y'all that are very fortunate to have a man that does all of that for you, kudos. But that's not realistic. in the man. Many men, they go get the bread and butter, they go work and they come home and they want to be served. If you're not working a hectic job like they're doing, there's nothing wrong with serving this man. And the same thing for you, man. Hello? There's nothing wrong with you serving your wife. Such a beautiful thing. Your wife is the queen in your home. When you take care of her, she takes care of everything else. But if she's not taken care of, it messes everything up. Your business ain't gonna be going good if she ain't happy. You ain't gonna be able to really be stable at work if she ain't happy. The children's gonna know something going on if she ain't happy. So why don't you just be the king that you are and make her happy so you can have peace? So you can have peace. I look at some of these men out there and I'm like, because when they mess up, they don't think. I don't understand. Until I heard Earl Nightingale. He says men don't think. Many men they don't even know what the future holds. They living for today. They're just living today. They're not worrying about the future. It's the wife that has to worry about. They don't worry about the future, and it's so horrible. And then many of them have the nerve to complain, and she's not looking good. Shame on you, bruh. That's on you. That's your wife. Your wife not looking good. Take her to where she can help her out. Help her out around the house. Help her out with your children that are bearing your name. Help her out. Let her get to bed early. Let her go for a spa. Oh, there's this guy on here. He follows me. He is such he amazing. Amazing. He surprises his wife with a spa. If you're that man or that kind of man, I give you all the kudos in the world. He gives his wife peace so that she's able to flourish. And because of that, her children are flourishing. Their home is flourishing because he gives her peace. He allows her to do what she wants. She finished bachelor, she wants to do master's, no problem. He's not moved by that because he know his worth. He know who he is. He's holding his own down. He's holding it down. He doesn't envy her. He doesn't, oh my God. Oh, I only have a bachelor. She's about to get a PhD. They're going to be calling her doctor. Yeah, if they call her doctor, that's your wife. Be proud. Be excited. She got that under your turf. You gave her peace enough to become a PhD holder. You gave her peace enough to run a whole company, be an entrepreneur. You gave her peace to be able to soar. And you know what that does? The peace that you have given her is going to come back to you tenfold. Whatever you give to the world, come back to you. That's that karma. It's the law of cause and effect. Whatever you cause, you're going to get the effect. So are you causing her to be happy? Do you want her to be happy? I know they say it's nobody's job to make anyone happy. It's so easy to just throw that out there. But men, if you knew exactly what to say for her to say, I do, and to keep her, then you should know exactly what to say that's going to make her happy. There's no perfect marriage. Don't get it twisted. There is no perfect marriage. But you can have such a blissful marriage if that's what you want. So I say this to say, guys, if you are looking at this video right now, first of all, if you're not a part of my YouTube family, please click the subscribe button, hit the like, and say something in a comment. Ask me a question. Because I want to hear from y'all. I really do. I want to hear from you all. I want to hear from you. Women, we sit down, we chit chat about what's going on. And what's going on right now is so freaking, it's crazy. Because our generation is living like there is no God. We acting like there's nobody to fear. It's not even fearing anybody, but it's more of you respect her, she respects you. And some of y'all are so doggone disrespectful to your wives, and she's still respecting you. And you're thinking that's cool. It's not cool. Because you know where you're going to get it? You're going to get it. You're going to get it. It may not be immediate, but what you give to the universe will always get back to you. Believe it. So if you treat your wife right, that's your benefit. If you don't treat her right, that's your loss. That's your loss. Remember the good word that says, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing and he receives favor. My husband will always say, yeah, I don't see it in the Bible where it says a woman that finds a husband. It ain't there. Because God knows exactly what he did. He knows what he put in us. He knows the power that he's given us. He knows what we are able to do. That's why he says a man who finds a wife finds a good thing and receives favor. So a lot of the stuff, I'm going to talk today. I don't even care what y'all say. I got some time. A lot of you all, guys, who gets married and eventually after a couple of years, things begin to really, really start working out, looking good. You working this job now, money coming in, you already bought this house, got your kids, everything is lovely. Instead of you sitting down with your wife and say, honey, you know what? Let's begin to plan trips, family trips. We'll do maybe one family trip or 2 family trip and 3 trip between you and your wife. Begin to plan something that's going, oh Lord, take your marriage to a whole nother level. Instead of y'all doing that, because y'all got a little change, the first thing y'all go get is a real nice car. Get your car, you looking sweet. Now all of a sudden, you hanging around with boys that y'all just hanging around every weekend, having a conversation. If you go to church on Sunday, y'all outside having a whole conversation. Don't even know what the pastor is telling your wife, because you're outside having a whole conversation. when you're supposed to be in a church. On Friday night, you out with your boys. Yeah, let that woman stay home with them kids so you can be out there. When you out there, what you think you getting out there? Look, the devil waiting for you. You see, whoever makes himself available, y'all become the devil's playground. He waiting on y'all. Yeah, waiting on you. You go on party. You don't even know who is really like some girls be. We got hawks out there. Them chicks. They see how you treating your wife. They see how you taking care of your family. That's what they want. So their eyes be like, I dare him to make a mistake. I dare him to get drunk. I dare. They're gonna want to throw it to you. And which you made a mistake, huh? Hmm? But do you know if you wasn't out there in the first place, there would have been no mistake? I ain't telling you not to chill with your boys, but if your boys are one of those that are not, that what they want to do is be at parties and drink all day and drink all night, what kind of they ain't got no responsibilities? They ain't got no family? Because if they ain't tell y'all, let me tell you something. When you are married, you also want to be friends with other married folks. So y'all can travel together. Y'all can have a good time together. Y'all can go out, eat. Y'all can talk about life stuff. Things that are really, really happening. Y'all can dig deep. Y'all can create amazing things for yourselves. That your sons and daughters will be so proud to say, oh my God, I want to be like my dad when I grow up. I want to be like my mom when I grow up. I want to have a relationship like my parents when I grow up. But instead, because of some of y'all, these children ain't trying to get married. They're like, no, forget it. I don't want to be married. Why they say that? Because they see how daddy treat mommy. They see what daddy doing. They know daddy out there acting up. So they're going to think, you know what? If daddy's out there acting up, so what's the point of getting married? And then some mommies want to pay back daddies. And a lot of mommies are out there now. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So it's not whose fault, who to blame. It's none of that. It's more of who is going to be the bigger person and begin to write down the vision and begin to claim those visions by speaking life into your marriage. I had a friend who said, why I gotta be the ladies all the time? Really? Who much is given, much is expected. We are the one who would think about our children. We think about their future. We think about this, that, and the third. We would think. Go and listen to Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret. The strangest secret has been that men don't think before they do. They don't think. Because what you're doing, if that's what you're doing, I'm not saying that's what everybody's doing now. Because many of you will see my husband talking about erectile dysfunction. Many of y'all don't even know your husband's got erectile dysfunction. You're blaming him for cheating. And the dude got a medical issue that he's too ashamed to talk to you about. So when you now say he cheating, the man just decided to stay out there. And he probably ain't even doing nothing. But he just can't get this thing up, and he don't know how to talk to a friend to let the friend know, like, look, like, dude, this is what's going on. Instead of saying this is what's going on and a friend to tell him, you know what, go check out this doctor, they begin to give themselves herbal, what they call it, agbo. And what is agbo, for those who don't understand Yoruba, is a whole bunch of trees and plants or whatever that they do in Nigeria or do in Africa, and they have them drink that. They have them drink that. Some work, some don't work. Some even damage more than the damage that was there prior. Make things worse. Yeah. And then later on, some of them will go to the doctor, get a Viagra. Viagra ain't no good for you, man. Your stuff be like, boom, for God knows how long. That's no enjoyment. Do that for about hours. And then what you gonna do? Tomorrow use the same thing, and then next day, and then you have a heart attack because you're trying to get a 5-minute enjoyment going on. Have a heart attack. But if you talk to your wife about it, if you let her know before all kind of stuff start to run in her head, because what happens is that when you get to a particular age, some people, it's age, right? When they get to a particular age, this stuff just don't do it like it used to do. It just don't make it like it just don't. It really just don't, right? Age is the first. Second, a lot of these men are on some freaking medication. Some of them using high blood pressure, diabetes, all these medications that they're on, it really, really messes up the mojo. So if your husband is on any medication, you better understand that the reason why he ain't doing what he used to do is because the mojo can't do it no more because of the medications. It's called ED, erectile dysfunction. Check it out. Find out about it. And many, we see that a lot of young guys are also getting it these days. A lot of young guys are having ED. And why are they also having ED? Some of them, not all of them. They probably started looking at pornography at a very young age. Looking at pornography, they're doing this thing themselves. And at the end of the day, when they see any woman, they just can't get the satisfaction from that woman or even their wife without watching porn first. So there's a lot of stuff going on. You need to figure out which one is your marriage issues and see what you can pick in order to make things better. Rather than saying, oh, she blaming me, she blaming. I usually talk in general. There's some guys out there, they are just full of crap. But a lot of these women, y'all know they were full of crap before y'all married them. And y'all married them thinking they're going to change. And then you marry, they don't change. They don't change. What you mean somebody going to change? Even God God, the creator, is trying to change them back to him, and they still not changing. So who are you to think you can change somebody? You can only get a good man, a man that you know he's a good man. Pray for that man. Pray for that man. If there's certain things that you are doing, saying, or not doing, or not saying, or not, find out. Find out. Honey, what can I do? Is everything okay? going on? I've never seen this much of whatever in this generation. This generation right here, many of y'all need to stop calling y'all husbands baby. Because then when they start to act like baby, y'all don't like it. But that's the name y'all giving them all day long. Baby. Bae. Bae. It sounds cute. It really does. It sounds cute. But it ain't cute when they start to act like a baby. Can you handle it? Call them your crown. That makes him more happy. Call him your king. Bow to the throne of the king. Stuff like that just make them feel like they're King Tut. Baby, bae, bae. Everybody and their mama calling him bae, bae, baby. You're not my baby. You're not my baby. No, you're my man. You see, there's power in the words that we choose to speak all day. Power. When you say it, it's a seed. You've planted it. Whatever you plant is going to grow. When it's going to actually grow is when you don't know. And it may just be later, a couple of months down the road, everything that you've called him 3-4 months ago begins to happen. And you can't take it no more. But a lot of times, you just don't know that you planted that seed. You know, another thing that I noticed is that, when couples are having an argument, you have to. It's just something about men. You have to know certain jabs that they throw at you. You couldn't throw the same jabs at them. They can't handle it. They can't handle it. When we first started, I think, I don't know. Sort of, kind of, not in the beginning, maybe 5 years into marriage. My husband said something to me. And I had to look at myself real good. Like I'm an actress. I went to the mirror, looked at myself real good, like, did he just say that to me? Because if I returned that back, that would have been the end of that chapter. I chose to be wise. I chose not to say it. Unless I knew I was ready to pack my bags and be out of the house. Because once I say it, I pack my bags, be out. You know why? Because he ain't going to be able to handle it. So a lot of times, men will throw things at you that if you throw it back at them, they can't handle it. Women, be wise. Why would you have to take it? Take it. Because he coming back to apologize. Yes. What up, dude? He coming back to apologize. The new Marty, is this Marty Dyer D? Oh my Dyer, what's up, dude? He coming back to apologize. And that's all I want you to imagine and envision. Be like, I ain't got nothing to say to you. I'm going to even reply what you just said. I'm going to keep quiet. There's power in your silence. Serious power. Serious power in your silence. And when you're quiet like that, don't ever throw back mentally what he threw at you. What you now do, ladies, begin to imagine the marriage that you want. I know you are so pissed. Begin to imagine him apologizing then. If you can't imagine the marriage that you want at that time because you're too pissed, what you do is begin to imagine him apologizing to you. That works every time because you are the creator of your life and of your home environment. The moment he asked for your hand in marriage and y'all came together and you said, I do, whatever you say concerning him, it's a done deal. So don't cuss him out. Don't say negative things. Because what's going to happen is what you just said, what you just did is going to come back to you. That one that he said to you, you got to go back on your knees and be like, God, please, I don't forgave him. Don't let that happen. Begin to reject it. And when he does come and apologize, have him also reject what he said. Because you know, even though you plant some seeds, if you don't water that seed, it may not grow or it can grow dead. It can be dead. It won't be a living thing that'll be flourishing because you rejected it and then eventually he rejected it. Marriage is a good thing. It's a good thing. If you see it as a good thing, it's a good thing. If you're having some type of difficulty in it, begin to speak what you want to see. Write it down. Habakkuk 2:2. Didn't God say, write it down. Write down the vision. Make it plain. Let me know what it is. A lot of these things are in the Bible, but many of us are not even gonna. We hear it at church. We hear it at church, but we're not gonna do it. And this is what I learned from my mentor: the knowing and the doing. Many of y'all, you know the right thing to do, but are we gonna do it? No. No. No, we don't want to look stupid, girl. Go ask a lot of these successful marriages. Many of us ladies, we actresses all day long. Boy, you only want to see me act in my home. My mother-in-law used to be like, there need to be a camera in my house. Me and my husband, we actors and actresses. We actors. Because if it should go down, if I know he heated, oh Lord, I pipe mine real low. I pipe it real low. And I begin to see his elevation. I'm like, wow, he really, this one is really steep. I'll find a way to apologize. Whether I'm wrong or right, it don't matter to me. I'll find a way to apologize. And if it's on some days where, I just can't, I go lay in my bed. I just won't say nothing. But in my imagination, I'm imagining what? What am I imagining? He apologized. And when he come and apologize, I can be like, hey, you know what you did? You know what you did? And he'd be like, yeah, but I'm sorry. What you sorry for? What you sorry for? No, say what you're sorry for. So you ain't going to do it again next week or the week after. So just say what you're sorry for. Acting. And then after all of that, and then what? You make up. That's the sweet part. Make up. Forget all that junk. But men, oh Lord. Jesus is that got me speaking in tongues. Y'all be trying women. Y'all be trying. You see, it's so sad that a lot of women conference, and your man cheats on you. You must sit there and forgive him, and they sit down and collect all the disease and everything he's going to put in your body, and blah 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 blah. Girl, if he that type of man, girl, you got a whole lot of planning to do. Let me see my book here. I got a book here I don't play with, but let me see. Is it here? I think it's downstairs. Let me see. Yeah, I got one here. Y'all need to go get these books. You see, ladies, y'all don't read enough. Y'all don't read enough. Being a wife is not something that you take lightly. It's not something that you take lightly. It's doggone warfare. Especially, you figure out the type of man you have. It's warfare. You know why I say that? You're not only dealing with him. You're dealing with his mama, if he still have that. You're dealing with his dad, if he still have that. You're dealing with his siblings, if he still have that. And then you're dealing with him. And then because you don't want to fake it and make it, you want to be you. You want people to take you for who you are. Ain't nobody perfect, so that means you ain't perfect either. You're going to have some little things here and there. You got to stay prayed up. You got to stay prayed up. Nothing else works for marriage. Forget it. Because I don't understand why people will walk down the aisle. If you went to court to do your wedding, even at court, they'll bring out the Bible. When you went to court to do your wedding, what they brought out? What did they bring out? If it's a Muslim wedding, they're going to bring out a Quran. If it's a Christian wedding, they're going to bring out the Bible. Even if you ain't a Christian, they still going to bring out the Bible. To tell you that God is an orchestrator of marriage. Now you decide to get married, and then you get married and you leave God out the equation, and you're expecting to have a fantastic. And there are some women that, my God, they stay prayed up from morning to night, and the man's still out there. Let me tell you something, women. It's not you staying up in a prayer 24 hours that's going to keep that man at home. It's going to be you staying up in a prayer for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but then giving that man a couple of hours so he can spend time with him. Some of y'all work all day long. Y'all work all day long, all night long, and you still expect him. When you're not around, what you think he doing? Men, their brain wanders. It ain't their fault. It just wanders. And when they're wandering, you see these phones, it just be wandering. Sometimes they got these friends in their life that send them a thing or two. Send them this, send them that. You know, send them this, send them that, send them that. Send them all kind of things. And being that your eyes is the window to your soul, your eyes is the window to your soul. Once you keep looking and looking and looking and looking and looking, after a while, you don't allow that spirit to get inside of you. After a while, you want to do those things that you've been looking at. And there's a lot of women out there that don't care about what you have. They are here to kill, steal, and to destroy. They are the agents. They are the agents that came to destroy what you got going on. Men, you need to be careful. You need to be wise. That little 5 minute of enjoyment or that little 5 minute, it ain't gonna do do nothing for your life but cuss. If for some reason, go find out whether you do have ED. My husband, okay? My husband, he got that stuff. It's called his and hers game time. Boy, did it change the game for us. Yes, it did. Because when you get to a certain age, things ain't like it used to be. Maybe y'all done overdid it and y'all overdid something. It's just what it is. It's just not the way it used to be. And then again, if you're in America and you're using medications like high blood pressure, diabetes, forget that. That mojo ain't gonna stick. Your So you want to be able to go on his page and get that his or hers game time. I testify. That stuff is a whole nother level. Ladies, if he ain't getting it, you go get it for him. If that's an issue that you see is going on, you go get it for them. Because one thing about men is they don't talk to each other. And then when they do talk to each other, they try to make it seem like, homeboy, you know what? I've been doing this thing. It's just, like, what are you using? Then they go and get them the herb to drink. No good. Stop that. Stop that, because it's not correcting. It's not helping anything. But you see the his and hers game time. That thing right there has all the natural stuff that you need. And if you are on medication, I'm not saying it's correcting anything, but what I want to let you know is if you take a teaspoon of it every morning at the same time, an hour or two before you eat, it doesn't work like Viagra. No. It doesn't. No, it don't do that. This is what it does. The moment you even think about it, ever ready. Ever ready. Whether you got all kind of things going on, that sucker is ever ready. When you think about it. It doesn't mess nothing up. It's all natural. Go on his page. Go read up about it a little bit. Go check up on it a little bit. Read on it. Read on it. We'll be giving samples eventually. We're not giving. Well, I guess if you live in the area, but right now we're not giving any more samples. We died. We did this. Everybody buying now. They have good testimonies. So many men have tried it. They love it. It's fantastic. And depending on the medication that you're on or how long you've been on that doggone medication will determine how long you need to be using this for. But if I were you, just continue to use it until it begins to do what I said it does, which is it's not going to do your body any way. It's not going to, make it seem as if, it's not going to do you like that. But keep it it's going to stay in your system. And when you're ready, just you thinking about it, it is available. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. So try it out. Okay. So I say all of this to say there's no one finger to point to anybody. My pastor was preaching yesterday, and he said, when you want to be a leader, which you, husband, you're the leader in your home. As a leader, good leaders serve. Did you hear me? Good leaders, they serve. They serve. They don't control. She does what I said to do. What? They partner with their wife. I'm not saying that we easy. Even God knows that his female daughters are not easy. Sometimes we don't even know what the heck we want. But it's so good to have a man who is cool, calm, and collective, who studies us, who knows when we're tired, who knows when we should, you're tired, rest, don't worry, I got it. You ain't got to cook tonight. Go order some pizza. Order a pizza for the children, for you. Find out what she's doing on the weekend. Take her to a spa. Let them take care of your queen so she can be renewed for you. Let them take care of your queen. Don't treat her like she's some douchebag that you leave and somebody's mother. No, renew your marriage. Let your wife be your girl again. Let her be your girl. Allow her to be your girl. Allow her to feel beautiful. It's up to you. Because we go through so much that after we do, we just don't feel beautiful. Even though in your eyes you may see us as beautiful, we just don't feel it. Take that time to help us out. I've been longing for my husband to get on this doggone Facebook or YouTube and to talk to men. Because whether it's the prayer, whether it's my affirmations, whether it's whatever it is that I'm doing, I give God all the glory. Not saying that we don't have, oh God, please. Even brothers and sisters have their days, but we know how to forgive. We know how to forgive and move on. We know how to let little things slide. Pastor Taka used to say, pick your battles. Pick your battles. It's not everything that you want. Boom, 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 boom. Pick your battles. Even now, to tell you the truth, all it is, it's not even a good energy for me. It's not a good energy for you, because the energy that you bring around the home either brings beautiful roses to the home, or it begins to bring out weeds into the home. And once weeds begin to come out, if you don't chop them suckers off by saying, I am sorry, it breeds other things to start happening. So ladies, love yourself. Go figure. Go find out what you love to do that gives you peace. Yeah? Find out what you love to do. Sometimes let your husband do what he needs to do. Let him breathe. Pray for him. If you can at night, pray with him. When we say this prayer, I'm not saying it should be your clutch. Because it says faith and works. You didn't say just faith. Because many of you pray. But then once your husband comes to you, then you stand like you God Almighty. God talk to me like that. Do you know who I am? Men don't like that garbage. They can take all things. You see disrespect, they can't handle it. We probably could handle it a little bit sometimes. They can't handle it. Don't do that. Because you got a job. You got a job that's paying you what, so? I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, girl, you better go sit down. If you want to make this marriage, if you want this marriage to work, don't waste my time. If you don't want this marriage to work, girl, what you want is already happening. But if you call me because you want this marriage to work, then let's talk sister to sister. Let's talk real. I ain't got time to be bull crapping with you. I don't have time to be bull crapping with you. You understand? If you really feel like he's a good man, you gonna let a good man go? You gonna let a good man go? And a good man is one that ain't, excuse my French, they ain't shitting on you. That's a good man. And when I say that, I mean he ain't doing crap around, and you hearing all this foolishness. You can't make no man stand on marriage, but you can start doing the right thing in your marriage. So y'all ain't even got to get to that point. And for you men that feel like, it's better somewhere else. My God, men don't think. It's better way. Women is women. It don't matter. Cultivate. Join hands together. Talk about what you can't stand, and he talks about what he can't handle and what he don't want. And y'all build that in your home, in your relationship, and y'all make that work. Some girls they suffering in silence. I call it smiling and suffering. That's not what God called marriage. Who the heck told you that's what God called marriage? Suffering and smiling. No. No. Marriage is supposed to be enjoyed. Marriage is supposed to be enjoyed. Girl, if you need to travel and you book y'all ticket, travel. If you don't want to go far, if you want to go to the city in your town, stay in a hotel for 2 days. Y'all talk about that stuff. Y'all iron it out. Do something lovely. Do something nice. Stop blaming all the time. If he's a man that he can't keep his stuff in his pants, girl, you better go get that book called The Prayer Rain. You better go get that book called The Prayer Rain. That book will separate him and every other spirit that he got coming around. Better go get. What you think I teaching my courses? You better go get that prayer in. There's some books that I highly recommend some women to get. Because some prayers that you don't even know how to pray, that you can't even begin to pray, girl. They got some of these praying books. I was going to show y'all, right? Look how new this is. It's so new. It's so, if you even see that it's not new, it's me reading it. This is the power of a praying husband. Husband's supposed to be reading it. I read it. I used to pray for my dog. I'll read it. I just want to know what the man thinking in here. This book helped me a lot in the beginning. When I didn't understand that I was the creator of my own faith. When I didn't know that I was the creator of my life. When I didn't know that I can create my marriage and make it what I wanted. This right here, godly. I already told y'all today I'm gonna be on here I'm gonna be leaving soon. It's what, 12 noon? Yeah, I gotta cook some things. I love cooking. It helps me. This stuff right here. I'm gonna read something to y'all. There was a time that we were going through. This was years ago. It says safeguarding your home. That's page 413. You can actually get this from Amazon. Get this from Amazon, girl. Get the praying. If you put a ring on it, you get the praying. You got power. Girl, you got power you got power. If you ain't put a ring on it, girl, you're not there yet. But if you took you before the Father, took you to the court, you walk down them aisle, you got power. This is what I teach. This is one of the secrets that I teach. Let me show you. It says, safeguarding your home, 413. To scrutinize your home and pull down past or present anti-marriage strongholds. Be warned that the forces of home breakers are hovering around like a hawk looking for a prey. That heard me. They hovering around like a hawk looking for a prey. I told you, they don't think. So what naturally happens is when they now start to hang around them people out there, they begin to want to do what them guys are doing. Before that start, girl, you better get up on this. What I say? If you don't know how to imagine yet, and you don't know how to write down your vision for your marriage, you better get up on here. You better get up on this. It says, be warned that the forces of home breakers are hovering around like a hawk looking for a prey. Be vigilant and jealously guard your home by praying aggressively at all times. Ecclesiastes 10:8. He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh an edge, a serpent shall bite him. Because the covering, the prayer that you pray, the covering that you have over your home, once that man done gone out there, once he done messed up, he done broke the edge of that covering. Once he done messed up, he done jacked the whole, he messed up, he brought it down. Because you can't break into a house of a strong man and steal his goods. But if the man ain't strong spiritually, my God, all kind of things begin to come left, right, and center. But you, woman, raise up the standard and pray. Because you ain't got time to be doing them things. You got a home to build. You got children to build. It said, beloved, we need to safeguard our homes. Many external forces are waging war against Christian homes. It was reported that some satanists, I don't even say his name much, so I don't even know how to pronounce it. In South Africa, can you imagine? They got people fasting for your marriage to be destroyed. They got some people fasting for your marriage to be destroyed. They fasting for your marriage. You can't even fast to keep your home flowing. They fasted for 201 days just to destroy Christian homes. Are you concerned for your home? We need to check the foundation on which we have built our homes. What foundation did you build your home on? Is it according to the will of God, or are there compromises or compromises? Are there some compromises here and there? If there are gaps or compromises, that means you are giving the devil a foothold in that home. The things that will break the edge of protection God has built around our homes and allow the serpent to bite are sin, adultery, lack of submission, lack of love, selfishness, interference by in-laws. In-laws, can you Another topic for another day. Demonic traditions and covenants, satanic marriages. As you use these prayer points, every broken edge will be rebuilt by fire. That's just one. That's just one. Okay? That's just one. So when you are really heated and you want things begin to happen, you better go and pick this thing. I pick this thing up. Now pick this thing because what's really going on, it ain't Misty Eye. It ain't Misty Eyes, is it? And he acting like he know what the heck is going on. Girl, don't repay him no mind. Like I told you in the beginning, leave him. Focus on putting back the edge of protection in your home. They have one that says to dissolve plans for separation and divorce. Yeah, they got that. Yeah, they got that. And then they have another one called deliverance from the spirit of marriage destruction. The major focus of the enemy of man since the world began is to unleash destruction on marriage. Why? Because once he jacks up a marriage, he didn't just jack up one person, he jacked up the man and the woman and them kids. Them kids get it worse. Some girl talking about, my children are good. They going to counseling. They going to counseling. I'm going to read that in a few minutes. My kids are good. They in counseling. They can be in counseling. They will have to remain in counseling all the days because of the choice the two adults have made. Some are never okay for the rest of their lives. Many of them, you know, they say hurt people that are hurting hurt other people. It says, hello, I was and have been looking for you and was hoping you were still doing okay. Oh yeah. No, well, no. I still use it. I love it. I still use, but like I always said, make sure you get the original. Don't go get no junk. You ordering it online, a lot of y'all getting junk. You need to sign up and make sure you purchase the proper one. Okay. And I'm gonna eventually get back to you after I finish this video. Thank you for asking that question. She says she's been looking for me. Oh, that's so sweet. So the world began is to unleash destruction on marriage with a view of exterminating the human race. You as a believer should seek to install spiritual security apparatus around your marriage because it says the thief come to steal, kill, and to destroy. Okay? So things like anger, strife, pride. My God, these days I'm seeing so many wives prideful. He can go. I don't care. He can go. Did you ask his kids whether he can go? Did you, he can go? I guess he's not worth fighting for. He's not worth, look, like I said, the good ones, I ain't talking about them deadbeat ones. I ain't talking about them deadbeat ones. I ain't talking about the one beating your backside. No. Those aren't the men I'm talking about. I'm talking about the good ones. Who's a good man. And all of a sudden, you don't know what happened. Something happened. That's when you know that's not normal. Many women these days, y'all only get affirmation on y'all self. I'm beautiful. I'm strong. I'm intelligent. I'm worthy. I'm this. I'm that. What you saying concerning your marriage? You just leave that man out there, no protection, no God, nothing. Let him be out there. You must like to pray and fast. Let him just be. out there, no shield. Oh, well, he can do that for himself. So if he don't do it for himself, right? That garbage that happened out there is gonna come back home to you. And when it comes back home to you, you're gonna be too ashamed to even talk about it. And then it becomes worse, 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 worse. And like I said, some of y'all pray, y'all fast. But are you praying amiss? Are you praying? And then later on, you're putting out there an action that's going to cause a reaction. An action is going to cause a reaction. Men, I'm really sorry when I say men don't think. It's just that y'all don't really. Let's talk. Y'all don't think. Because if you think, you would know that women are very emotional. And when you get out there and you start doing this, that, and the third, because of your doggone ego, you start doing this, that, and the third, spiritually, you done messed up, right? These women may tell you, oh no, I don't need you. I just, let's just do this. I'm not, I don't need no relationship. She just needs to do whatever. Women are emotional. Once you go in there and it's something that, she really, really appreciates, you're in trouble. Your marriage is in trouble. Your home is in trouble. You just open up a can of worms that you can't even handle. And then you don't want the wife to find out. And then the other one begins to manipulate you. Then later on, you begin to do more of what the one outside wants because you don't want the wife to find out. Then later on, the wife does find out. Then what? I'm sorry. It was the devil. No, it was you, sweetheart. It was you. It didn't work for your father's father's father. Why you think it's going to work for you? It don't work. It don't work. It does not work. And the thing that hurt me so much is these children. We building generations. And it's not what you tell them, it's what they see. You can say, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. They're going to do it because of what you did. It's what you did. Let me tell you something. Sin by yourself is not able to be stopped. You cannot control. Some can, because they already know what they want. They are set. They've made a decision. Decision makers are leaders. They've made a decision. Many of them grew up in a polygamous home. They don't want that for their next generation. They made a decision. Many guys did not grow up with a father, so they want their children. They want to be in their children's life. They want their children to be raised by them, not another man. So they make a decision. That decision may not be easy. Because y'all done made it all man doing this. No. It's only a man that don't think. His brain ain't on. It ain't screwed on. He gonna be out there doing them things. Because not only are you putting your family in jeopardy, your own health is in jeopardy. But all you see is that little thing that's going to eventually bite you that you don't think about. That you don't think about. I got time for y'all today. you don't think about. Men think. Y'all haven't even made millions yet. Some of y'all still in y'all 6 figures, not even multiple 6 figure. Not even multiple 6 figure. Some of y'all even out of the little y'all gotta be paying child support. Your wife, she ain't even satisfied yet. Your children ain't even satisfied yet. Did you put college money away? Money for college, did you put it away? Well, they gotta be the problem with the government. Because if you really sit down and really look at your responsibilities, you will know that you can't afford for another woman to be under you. You can't afford it. You can't. Your car note there, your mortgage is there, children gotta eat, they gotta go to school, they need clothes, they need your attention, they need your time. You ain't got time. They go through school Monday through Friday. Saturday, you should be spending with them. You out Friday night, Saturday all day, and then you in church, outside, having a conversation with the guys. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? Come on now. Ladies, let me tell y'all something. Married women, let me tell y'all something. Stay cool, calm, and collected. Do that. Stay cool. Stay calm. Pray for them. Cook for them. Take care of your children. Take care of your home. Take care of him. Do that thing. Do right. Continue to do right. Because when God fights for you, when God fights for you, you'll be the one begging God that it's too much. God, it's okay. He don't learn his lesson. Oh, yeah. Because he's messing with the wrong one. But don't allow any man to turn you into a woman that God was talking about in the Bible, who is a nagging woman, who her husband is better for her husband to sleep at the attic. God says better for the man to be at the attic, sleep at the attic, than to live with her. Don't be that woman. Don't let no man get you like that. No. Don't let no man get you like that. You go before God. You write down your vision. You make it plain. You let God know, look, you told me to write down this vision, to make it plain. This is the vision for my marriage. That stuff he got going on there, you arrest that sucker. I never thought I'll say it. You arrest that sucker. How you arrest it? You got the right. Girl, you got the ring. Yeah. Just like he got right over you, you got right over him. Girl, you arrest that thing. Anytime they go out, it ain't gonna stand. You can use all the Viagra you want to use from today to kingdom come. That stuff ain't going nowhere. Unless it sees me, it ain't even standing. I heard that prayer a long time ago from somebody, and boy, ladies, these are things I don't like putting out here. That's why I'd be like, come join the doggone Facebook. When you join the Married Let's Talk Facebook, y'all get stuff over there. This is where we have that conversation. Where I give it to you raw. Collect that stuff raw. The Facebook is free. Ain't nobody charging you for nothing. Get on over there. Married Let's Talk. Get over there. Join the group. Hear what you need to hear to save your marriage, to save yourself. Because the thing is, if you don't love you, and a lot of y'all women, y'all don't even know who you guys are. You don't even know yourself. You don't know who you are. You get married and have some man treat you like you some carpet. It's embarrassing. You're the child of the Most High God. You're a queen. You're a queen. You don't demand your crown from no man. You have been crowned. You have been crowned. So you go to the mirror and you talk to yourself. You go to your mirror, you talk to yourself, and you begin to now write down the vision that you want for that marriage. If he ain't got time to sit down and be a part of that, don't force him. You don't force him, girl. He gonna come around. He'll come around. He will come around. If you still want him around, he'll come around. But make sure you're taking care of yourself. Many times I done told y'all these men are moved by what they see. You better make sure that what he's seeing, you hear what I'm saying? Oh God, that's another topic for another day. But man, I see some of y'all ladies, when y'all home, the way y'all look, I want to divorce you. I'm sorry. I had to say it that deep. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Why y'all be living like that at home? Golly, this is what I do, and I must still be like this. You come to my house, just don't come to my house after 10 o'clock, but even if I'm sleeping, I take a shower every morning and every night. I put my perfume on. Hey. You just never know. Hey, ever ready. Bed nice, everything good. I prepared my mind. I have him running away from me. Hold on to him. Make him feel important. He gonna make you feel important. Whatever you give, you're gonna get. If you treat him like he ain't crap, well, he gonna treat you like you ain't. It's because that's what you're planting. Stop planting what you don't want. Stop planting what you do not want. I go to New York, go to Philadelphia, and I'm looking at these women, and I go to Washington, and I'm looking at these women, and I'm like, oh God, just some serious stuff. Just because you got a job and you can handle your own, I can take care of my bills. I can take, yeah, that's all you can take care of, your bills. And then once he gone now, because you guys feel, a lot of ladies, we feel like if I show him that I can handle my business, maybe he'll come back begging. Not a real man. You talk down on him, you make him feel this small. You been treating him like he ain't nothing all this while. You talk down on him, or you talk down to him, make him feel like he ain't nobody. Can't do that. He's a human being just like you are. Anything that's going to take you out of your character of being a queen, you don't do it. You don't let nobody take you out of character. You're a queen. Do you not know who you are? You don't know who you are? All right, let me break it down to you. That's, you probably need to Google. You probably need to Google the definition of queen. Okay, let me help you with that. Since I got y'all time today. Got y'all time today. Okay. Got y'all time today. Because you may not know you may not know the royal family you've been born into. You've been born into a royal family. Okay? Let me read it to you real quick. Even the game chess? Even in chess. I love that game chess. Because once the queen is finished, that's it. It says the most powerful chess piece that each player has, able to move any number of unobstructed squares in any direction along a rank file or diagonal on which it stands, which is a queen. which is a queen. What is the real meaning of a queen? A queen is a woman who rules. She rules a country or she rules a kingdom. Your home is your kingdom. Your home is your kingdom. Just like you rule in the chess, the game of chess, you rule your home. There's a trick to it. Even though you allow your husband to leave, it's because you are serving. And if he's smart, he serves you back. Remember, what you give, you get. If you don't want to serve, don't expect him to serve. But leaders, both of you are leading this kingdom. Whether you have children in it, whether you ain't got no children in it, you are leading a kingdom, respecting one another. Man, protecting your queen. Because if anything to happen to her, game over. Game over. That's your joy. That's your peace. The love of your life. The one who came out of your rib. That's who she is. Don't disrespect her. That's one thing that is so painful to a woman. For you to go and cheat, make it seem as if what she doing ain't no good. Something better's out there. Ain't nothing better out there. Ain't nothing better out there. What's out there is chaos, confusion. A woman who rules a country or a kingdom, the wife of a king. A woman who is highly respected is the queen that you married. The woman that you put a ring on it, turn her into a queen. You took her from a princess into a queen to be respected. The way you respect your wife is the way other people will respect you. When you begin to disrespect your wife, if you have any real friends among your friends, they will need to call you aside and put you to order. Because when you disrespect your wife, you're disrespecting yourself. You're disrespecting yourself. When they say she's a weaker vessel, they didn't say she's slow. That's not what weaker vessel means. What a weaker vessel means is that she's smaller than you. She's a smaller frame than you. No matter how small a man is, he's still stronger than a frame of. Our bones is very fragile. Our bones is more fragile than your bones. Our ribs, we're just fragile. So God ain't saying we weak in the mind. Oh no. Physique, yeah. Physique, yeah. She is well respected. She is well known. Well respected, well known. Some people were talking about Proverbs 30, 31 women or whatever. They was talking about that, right? Don't get it twisted. Please don't get it twisted. If this ain't the way your marriage works, men, don't go sit down. Go sit down. Go sit down. Because every woman ain't this woman. Or every woman that's a good woman is this woman in some way, form, or fashion. These day women, if that's what you wanted, then that's what you should have married. They still got him. If that's what you wanted, that's what you should have married. But one thing I like about this woman, what I like about her, right? I don't really like her husband much. I don't. Because if you gotta be, the woman gotta be at the back burner. She doing everything. And you leave her back there. And you get to the gates. And your friends and everybody respecting you at the gate. What should you be doing? Taking it all in? When you know you probably didn't do much. You show her respect by saying, if not for that woman, I know, child, I wouldn't be where I am today, who I am today. Give her some props. Give her some props. He just go to the gate. Wake up in the morning, everything done for him, put on his clothes that she made, eat the food she cooked, and go to the gate. Go to the gate. No. These day women, we do things together. We communicate. I see that he needs some clothes. I'll go get it. I don't sew. You know, I'll go get something I like. I don't sew. I love cooking, but I don't do that early morning stuff. And everybody in my house would definitely eat. So certain things I love and appreciate about her. But this right here is not. These years are different. The ladies these days, in order for us to be sane, in order for his brain to be sane, we need some me time. We need some spa time. We need to take walks. We need to shop. We need to get hairs done. We need to get nails done for our sanity in order to remain sane. So, get it together. Get it together. Y'all need to help on that one. Okay? Help on that one. Help on that one. Do that. Do that. The next one I'm going to talk about allowances. Y'all men making a killing of money. And I don't want to hear nothing that y'all women got to say to them. I don't need his money. Girl, go sit down. Go sit down. But you don't even understand. You understand. I don't care how much you're making. You can be making $500,000. You can be making $1 million, woman, and he's making $50,000. I don't care. Whether you want to do it every week, whether you want to do it every 2 weeks, my upkeep needs to be taken care of. Yeah. I don't care what y'all. You know why? Do you know why? Do you know the nature of a man? If you don't understand the nature of a man, you're going to think logically with everything. When we think logically, everything is logic. That's why the world is the way it is now. Everybody's moving by what they see, smell, taste, hear, and can touch. And that's the reason why many marriages are screwed up. If you don't feel the same, let me hop on the other one. If you don't look the same, let me hop on the other one. If you don't smell the same, no, you can't be living by 5 senses. 5 senses. You're not living by the power that you have. You're a king. You're a king. Much is expected from you. And boy, are there some good men out there. Kudos to the good ones. Thank you. Thank you for making your family priority. Thank you for making your wife a priority. Thank you for being there, standing there for your children. Thank you for making sure that those children go to school, making sure that they're sane. Thank you. Thank you for not being so selfish and running out there for your own selfish thing. I'm not feeling high anymore. So, what that got to do anything? Nobody told you to fail her. Bro, man, if something going on, you feel a bit bored, boy, go get on your knees and pray. Pray. You think marriage is always everything is sweet and dandy and this and that and the third? Should my husband feel like, let me take you to lunch. Let me take you to dinner. Do that. Do that. Take your wife out. Take her to dinner. If it's boring, it's your fault. If you're the man that's saying it's boring, then do something about it. If you're the woman who says it's boring, then do something about it. Find something to do. 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 Because the new face don't mean there's anything better. I've heard so many women who's gotten into second marriages, and the second marriage was 10 times worse than the first one. They were in a worse situation than the first marriage. You think it's cool on the other side? You know what I can't stand? I'm sorry. I can't stand this. It's something I just can't stand. I'll figure out how to talk about it, but I hope y'all enjoyed the session. I don't know when was the last time I ever did this. A whole 2 hours? My God. I had a lot to say. A lot has been going on. I have not been on here for a while talking about marriage. And the reason why I haven't is because a lot of the women that were coming to me, I realized that many of them, first of all, were not doing what they love to do. The job they were doing was just something that just paid bills. So that was already something that it's a sad situation. Because if you're doing something just to pay bills, you're not even living. You're not living. You're not living. You're sacrificing your life for bills. You're sacrificing your happiness for this. You're sacrificing. Jesus, the last time I remember, they said Jesus done died and took away everything. So you can have life and have it in abundance. Girl, if you still sacrificing, what the heck is wrong? Your sacrifice ain't being heard. Why? Because Jesus was the one who sacrificed. He's the last lamb that was slain. Ain't no other lamb that can be slain. He the one. So you ain't got to be carrying nothing. Give it to him. Let him have it. He took it all away. He said, give it to me. Just give it to him. You ain't gotta do all of that. So that's why I got more into personal development. Because if a woman is not developed, if she doesn't know who she is, if she's not doing something that's bringing her joy, if she's not making money so she ain't got to be begging for bread, she gonna be miserable. She gonna be expecting some type of happiness from the man. The children are looking to her to take care of them. While she busy running after the man to pay mortgage, pay rent, pay bills. So you might as well get you together. So we go into discovery call. Finding out, woman, what is it that you want to do? Since you were young, when you were young, what were those dreams that you had? What did you want to be when you grew up? Don't forget yourself. Don't forget your dreams. Don't forget you. Because if you forget you, ain't nobody gonna remember you. Not even them kids. Not even them kids. Because them children, once they grow up, they got their own thing that's going on. Trying to finish college. They're trying to finish school. So you gotta care for you. So I went into the dive of personal development, how women can have something to do. I went into dive in, paid so much money to different whatever so they can show me, so I can come back and show you. It's up to you to believe and to say, you know what? I'm gonna look into this. I want to check this out. Oh, women, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Many of you that have gone through some stuff when you guys were younger, many of you that have not been healed from whatever it is that was done to you, or whatever it is that you mentally have done to yourself, or whatever it is that you're still holding on to, that you have not taken care of, and you still decide to get married, thinking marriage is going to help you, only for you to realize you're not getting any better. And in that marriage, it's not working. You know why? Because we are spirit beings. Your husband, your significant other can sense the self-image within, the low self-esteem within. He can sense that. He can feel it. Even though you didn't even tell him jack. Many of you done gone through so much, you can't even tell your husband what you went through because you don't want him to leave you. You don't want him to see you like some kind of victim, but you're still victimizing yourself. It can't work. Get help. Even if it's you talking about it. Even if it's you writing it down. Write it down. Find within yourself to forgive whatever happened to you because it's affecting your future. This is not what I plan to talk about today. A lot of you guys are hurting. You're hurting so bad. And you're trying to make it work. You're trying to fake it and make it, but it can't work like that. You gotta go take care of you. Ain't nobody gonna take care of you. You gotta take care of you. You gotta find help. Because if you don't, you're blaming other people. You're blaming him. You're blaming whoever did whatever to you. You're not able to forgive your mother for allowing it. You're not able to forgive this for what happened. And at the end of the day, that unforgiveness is blocking all of your blessings. You got so much abundance waiting for you and your seeds. You got so much abundance. So much abundance. Abundance is all around us. Ask and you shall be given. But if there's a spirit of unforgiveness within you, forget about it. So you're telling me that you'd rather remain in bondage. You'd rather remain in bondage Go to church. Go to the mosque. Go anywhere and pray and pray and pray. You see that hurt that's still within you until you get rid of that, until you release it. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. If you don't feel like talking about it, I had groups of women. We cry together. I cry with them because it's painful. It's painful what a lot of women have had to endure, and then to get married and then still have to endure the same crap. It's painful. And a lot of y'all men don't know what your woman done been through. Instead of you to be there for her and try to let her know it's going to be okay, and try to cover her shame, that thing that's making her feel so shameful, try to cover that. Be her covering. Instead, you open her out to really make her look stupid by you going out there doing all that rubbish. It doesn't make you feel like a man. A real man don't do that. It's only a man who is really not a man. It's a boy that would do that. It's a boy that would do that. When I'm literally having these meetings with these women, and they're able to pour out to me, I'll go home and cry. And if we're all crying there, we all cry together. Because sometimes tears is good. You gotta get that. You gotta get that cancer tear. You gotta get all that disease tears out. And then you know what I have them do? Have them write it down. You have to forgive the person that caused you that pain. If you don't forgive the person that caused you that pain, that person has moved on. That person has moved on. You're still hurting. Unforgiveness is going to affect your marriage. It's going to affect your relationship with people in general. It's going to affect your relationship with your children. Because you're going to always feel like you need to have them under you don't want nobody to touch you, you don't want nobody to hold you. They're going to think you're crazy. Mommy, can we go and play? No. Mommy, can we go to the No, you can't. You can't do that. Don't ever ask me that. You can't do that. They looking at each other like, this woman must be crazy. Write it down. Write it on paper. Forgive. Forgiveness is not for you. And I know many of you have heard it. It's not for the person. It's actually for you. You're forgiving. You're releasing that person. You're releasing that person from out of your heart, out of your life, out of your head. Release that person. Write it down. What they did to you, write it down. And then forgive yourself for even allowing such a thing to happen to you. You could have been a child and you couldn't control anything. That's why you're upset at your parents, because it was maybe your mom's. Mom was supposed to protect you. Maybe mom was a single mother and she was not around, but she kept you with this person so she could go to work and make sure that you guys still have a shelter, that you guys still have food. So forgive her. For many of them don't know what they've done. Forgive. In that forgiveness, you begin to see doors will begin to open unto you. Doors of blessings will begin to open to you. I've seen it happen so many times. This video is it's a good amount of time, but you know what? I've had so much that I've been holding inside of me that I just needed to tell you all about. Now y'all got it. Listen to it. Invite your friends to listen to it. You never know who's hurting. Don't forget, husbands, a lot of your wives, when I talk to many of y'all, and you're saying that your wife don't like sex, and you out there because the other chick likes sex, have you ever asked her why she don't like sex? Could she be circumcised? Maybe there's another way or something else that you can do so that you guys can be intimately, and it's not just about penetration. Really get to know your wife. Them ones out there that you running around with, you know how many done been in and out of their swings? You have your wife that, you, her, but then you following one that probably her mileage is probably over 1 million. And you're going to add your stuff to that and then bring home all of her demons. Maybe she's circumcised. That's why she doesn't enjoy it. Find out. And you know what? She may not even know. She may not even know that she's circumcised because they do these things when they're real young. She may not know. Did somebody abuse her when she was younger? Did somebody take advantage of her? Somebody take advantage of her. Because if somebody did take advantage of her, that means, bro, you got a lot of work to do. You got to be her savior. You got to let her know that you are there for her. You got to really, really, really get into you. You got a baby to take care of. Your queen is hurting, and you don't even know. The mother of your children. The queen of your kingdom. What you gonna do about it? You're gonna run? Talk to her. Find out. Okay? Talk to her, find out. Talk to her, find out. Okay, so I've talked about a lot of things today. And I hope no one takes it personally. I hope everybody's able to find 1 or 2 things that may resonate with them. If you have any comment, put it down below. Or you can email me personally. Let's talk about it. Marriage is to be enjoyed. You ain't gotta enjoy nothing that's not make you, feel good. You can change that. You can create that. I'm not telling you to leave it. No, don't jump out of that. If it was good at one point, it can be good again. What you do is you create what you want. Yeah? You create what you want. Create what you want. In your marriage, you create it. You speak those affirmations into your marriage. Because a lot of times what you don't understand is what you're seeing in other people is actually what's within you. What you're seeing in someone else is what is your perception sometimes. So do this. Manifest what you want to see. Manifest what you want to see. Manifest what you want to see. Write it down. Read it over and over and over. Sleep in it. Wake up in it. Do it over and over until that which you want to see come to pass. I got to go. I done missed my I gotta go. Thank you so much for even, being here. And for those of you that's going to watch this later, put a comment down in the session, and put a comment down the bottom. If you have any questions for me, you'll see my email. You can personally email me. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If there's anything that you would like for me to talk about, let's talk about it. Because some of you were like a bit confused, like Rashida. Okay, you're not talking about skincare anymore. You're not even talking about marriage. You're talking more about money, this and making money and doing this and doing that and the third. And I just explained why that was. And I hope you guys understand now, because talking about, I'm still going to talk about chef things. You're going to talk about food and all that, and what's good for your body. Supplements, I love supplements. I'm still going to talk about that. But the thing is, I got to get this together first. If you don't get this together, you can use all the supplements in the world. If you don't get this together, all the skincare you want to use in the world, your skin ain't going to look good. I get this together first. All right, my lovelies. God bless you guys. If there's anything that you still want me to talk about, not today, write in the comment section. I'll be coming on here every Tuesdays and every Mondays and Wednesdays. Okay, I'll be on here Mondays and Wednesdays. So if there's anything in particular that could be bothering you that you would like to really want me to dig deep on, because I ain't got time, I will break it down. I'll tell you guys the truth. God has, who we are is just too much to let it be wasted and go back to Creator talking about problems when He done gave you the solution to any problem you could be having on this earth. Anyway, take care. God bless you all. Bye-bye.